All right, I put this on one check. Is that okay? Drop.
That was fast and secure. It's mobile wallet. Can you look at credit?
Dear road you may have 4 wheels and a simple bed. Resemblance ends right there. Toyota. 5 wheels at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Welcome to What If Idaho, the home of 1,000 paths for those that embrace possibility. There's no better place to be if you're looking for that next career, or just exploring. Life is a wide open door, no matter your age. Here at Next Steps Idaho, you can research careers and training options that work for you, and then start a dashboard to keep your plans moving forward, so you can route your path from what if to what is at nextsteps.idaho.gov.
Another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
We're Valley Live
There's
Cooperative.
another Bears fan in
100
Pocatello?
years, we've been your first choice for
There's another
residential and
Bears fan in
commercial
Pocatello?
propane, fuels,
There's
oils,
2 of us
and
now.
lubricants. We service HVAC, install water heaters, propane tanks, and accessories. And yes,
I
we'll
agree.
even deliver right where you need it. Because for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. Valley Life, yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Always entertaining and occasionally controversial, this Idaho Broadcast covers every 5 and 56 activities in Idaho.
Just think about this. The Highland Rams won their 14th 5A title in the past 15 seasons. And then they went on to the national competition in California.
Hosted by Sean Kane, the East Idaho Broadcast features the biggest stories happening in your area. Just go to IdahoSports.com and click Broadcasts in the menu to get caught up on what you've been missing. Or check out each week's episode on the IdahoSports.com YouTube channel, Facebook page, or wherever you download podcasts.
Test. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome tonight. As the Century Diamondbacks host As a reminder, this game is being live audio streamed to the world by the internet by IdahoSports.com. If you have friends or family that can't go to the game, give them a call and tell them to listen to the game live anywhere on IdahoSports.com. At this time, we'd ask you to rise as we honor America. The national anthem tonight will be performed by Anwar Olson and Ali Evans of Century High School.
At all our local Teton dealerships, we're committed to our no problem philosophy.
No No problem means we'll find it, not we don't have it.
No problem means the same fair prices that we've always offered on our new vehicles.
Because when you shop with us, it's always no problem to buy and service your vehicle.
Make the memories of this game last a lifetime. By downloading the digital game file of this contest, you can have your own personal copy of this game forever. These make great gifts for the student athletes involved. Just click the Order Now button for more details. Our army of IdahoSports.com action photographers are covering games all over the state. And now we've revamped our galleries to make it even easier to find and order your favorite action shots. Just go to IdahoSports.com and click the Action Photos link in the menu.
Yeah, that'd be the award-winning Century Singers. They've won a lot of awards in different states as well as Idaho, so pretty cool.
Whoop. I got you. Check out this.
Well, yeah, you know, you have Sugar Salem looking for a four-peat, you know, a phenomenal program. Their color matches the color of that first place trophy for a reason, and they showed it. And, you know, Century's a young team. They lost a lot of seniors last year, and so there's, you know, I think in talking to Coach Ryan Fleshman, you just gotta, you know, ball security, and, you know, do the basics right. You know, run the ball, pass the ball, but not have turnovers at key moments in the game. I think will be a key to them, and just be able to be in the game, you know, and have some ball possession. Yep. Yeah, you know, the hype in East Idaho around Hillcrest it's high. They bring back some guys that have been around for about 3 years, you know, under this program and the coach, and you know they want to be in, you know, playing late in the fall for a trophy, and you know that starts tonight for them. So I said this before, I'm excited to see what Hillcrest can bring on the field tonight, and they've got some exciting players that you may know from the basketball court hitting the field tonight too.
Hillcrest will receive the kickoff.
Yeah, they like him off the edge as a defensive end, and if you've ever seen Isaac Davis play basketball, he can move, and he is big. He's a skilled guy. He'll be nice addition to any team. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the Hillcrest Knights can do offensively tonight here at Century. Titan Larson was a guy brought up by multiple coaches, you know, basketball coaches, football coaches. He is someone to watch out for on the Hillcrest side tonight. You know, you got Deacon Crabtree is going to be a quarterback. They've got some good receivers in Bentley and Ashton. What's his last name? Number 88. Yeah, I've never seen him before at the school, and it's because he goes to tech school but lives in our boundaries. And he's been described as looking very similar to Kid Rock. He's kind of a tight end wide receiver, so he's number 88 out there.
Payne.
Yeah, nice tackle by number 32 of Century. Good basketball player as well.
Makes noise, fans. It's third down.
Yeah, so, kind of what's the key to a game? Essentially, it's third down 5 here. About on the 40, can they stop them on third down here? I think that would be a key to Century if they're able to get some stops on third downs. Officially given it yet. Here it comes. Nice run by Trayson Keller there. And Hillcrest finds success through the gaps here early on. Brings up another first down for Hillcrest. Trayson Keller again. Running back senior, 5'10", 175 pounds. Moving it pretty well to start the game. just short for Titan Larson. So I would say about a yard short there on that ball placement. Second and goal. Yeah, nice job by Hillcrest. You know, they came out and tried to throw the ball and then immediately went to run, and Century really didn't have an answer for the inside presence of the running backs, and they were able to get some big gains. Yeah, and if you go way back in time when Hillcrest won the state championship, they were led by just a pretty dominant running force where they ran the ball every play, and they could extend drives for just the whole quarter. And you know, that took half the quarter there, 6:51 here in the first quarter. So you can run the ball like that, you're controlling the time as well. Big hit. Yeah, Bentley Gunter is a good skilled guy for the Diamondbacks. Also, good basketball player. Kind of worked his way into the starting lineup last year too. Just kind of tenacious on defense, and he is also very speedy. I thought maybe it was Century, but I think that the Century offensive lineman was pulled off by the Hillcrest Knight going a little early. So, good way to start it. You know, first down and 5 here on the 30. Just a little behind him and in and out of Bartell, he had that one in his hands and just couldn't quite bring it down. Bread basket, it's hard for me to see.
Ethan Wilson for no gain.
Yeah, 3rd and 7, and it's kind of been the, it's early in the season, but Century trying to figure a way, kind of get out of these 3rd downs without having to get rid of the ball so quickly here. So if they can come up with something just to get a 1st down, it'd be, I think, just a real momentum for the whole team.
Welcome to What If Idaho, the home of 1,000 paths for those that embrace possibility.
Switching.
There's no better place to be if you're looking for that next career.
East Idaho, then we did Gate City, and then we had to go to
life is a wide open door, no matter your age. Here at Next Steps Idaho, you can research careers and training options that work for you, and then start a dashboard to keep plans moving forward, so you can route your path from what if to what ifs at nextsteps.idaho.gov.
Flag on the play.
Yeah, I mean, heads up play there to get the ball there to get that. One thing I'm noticing is Isaac Davis, number 0 for Hillcrest. Doesn't look like he's taking that much time off football. Yeah, 2nd and 10 from the 47-yard line here. Century's made some positive movement, but it's all been on the back of penalties so far. They're going to need to find a way to connect here. Can't keep letting Hillcrest belly out of situations. Jake Rawlings there on the pitch. Trying to get those skilled guys the ball. I tell you, in the Hillcrest pass rush is pretty stout. You have Isaac Davis, you have Hunter Rivas, number 50. He's immediately I can tell it's very large from up here. A couple guys in on that sack. I think one of them was Omir Brown, number 15, Hillcrest. James Bartell. Could have been disastrous, right? That bounce. Didn't quite handle it. Luckily, the punt wasn't very high, so the defense didn't have much time, didn't have a lot of that hang time. Defense didn't have a lot of time to get down there. If it would have had a little more hang time, it could have been disastrous. Nice run by Bartell. Kind of interesting. They kind of all lined up, and then they said, no, we can go back a little more to about it looks like we're on the 20-yard line now. Messenger, nice job there. Yeah, nice tackling. Century was in there quickly. Looked like Caden Scott was the first one there, number 21, but they still got the first down. Caden Scott again, 21. He's been all over the place for the defense for Century. I thought he had it. Did it fall on the ground? Yeah, it was hard to see on the little camera screen.
Let's make some noise. It's third down.
Yeah, Spencer Payne again on that tackle, middle linebacker. And the Century defense has picked up, you know, how they're playing the run game right now. They're really filling those gaps and not allowing Hillcrest to break free. Yeah, and that was right in front of me, and Jace Judy just barely hung on to it, bobbled it a couple times. Nice catch by the Hillcrest receiver to come down with it, because he was getting hit immediately as he came down, so nice job there. Sheldon Nelson. Maybe one more play here before the quarter.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we've been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Yeah, I know a little something about myths. Like the myth that speeding isn't dangerous. Oh, and that myth you can tailgate at a safe distance. Or that you can safely weave in and out of traffic. Don't be fooled by myths. You'll get yourself into a hairy situation. Stay focused on the road. Be a legend like me. Have you heard the one about Charlie over at Pay Lake?
Trying to work out some technical difficulties. Hopefully you can hear us. It's great to have you here on Gate City Game Night on IdahoSports.com. Century trying to get something going here on offense. 14-0, second quarter, 10-16 to play. Throw is up, it's high, and that's going to fall incomplete. Pass intended for Bentley Gunter.
Yeah,
Of course, Bentley Gunter had that opening kickoff. Had a nice return until he was tackled hard. Looks like he's okay. Injury on the field looks to be Isaac Davis.
Does it seem to be working now? Okay, like the
And hopefully he's okay. So Isaac Davis looks to be shaken up a bit, but walking off with the help of some trainers. And hopefully he's okay. Again, he scored that opening second quarter touchdown. It was that 1 yard over the top toss. And of course, he's 6'7" senior. Got the height to catch those tall passes, catch those high passes. Hopefully he's okay. And Century continues to continues on offense, taking over after that pause. 10-11 to play. And it's a low snap on the punt, on the fourth down punt. And dribbles to the punt returner, but he fights for some yards. Century had him, but he kept fighting, kept churning those legs, and he's eventually tackled after a short gain off that punt return. That was James Bartell, the 5'11" safety on that punt return. So a few kind of sketchy special teams plays there, Sean, for Hillcrest.
Yeah, it was kind of the snap was a little rough for Century. Daniel McGee, the punter, got it off, and then both punts so far, both Hillcrests, both times have not been able to secure it. And luckily, like I said before, that those were not high balls giving the defense time to get in there. They're kind of low, so it worked out.
Peyton King takes the snap and hands it off to that's number 31, Trayson Keller. And Trayson Keller is off, and he will go all the way. Touchdown, Trayson Keller, behind some great blocking. Great running, touchdown Trayson Keller, and touchdown Hillcrest Knights.
So, yeah, as quickly as we could get everything going, only 9:47 left to go in the second quarter, and Hillcrest gets another touchdown to go up 20-0.
With 9:47 to play in the second quarter, Hillcrest up 20, like you said. 0 extra point pending. Kick is up. Again, another low kick, and that one is no good. So it'll remain 20-0. Hillcrest winning this game over the Century Diamondbacks in the second quarter of action with 9:47 to play. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back for more game action here on Gate City Game Night on IdahoSports.com.
Yeah, I know a little something about myths. Like the myth that speeding isn't dangerous. Oh, and that myth you can tailgate at a safe distance. Or that you can safely weave in and out of traffic. Don't be fooled by myths. You'll get yourself into a hairy situation. Stay focused on the road. Be a legend like me. Have you heard the one about Charlie over at Pay Lake?
Welcome back to Gate City Game Night here on IdahoSports.com. Hillcrest scoring another touchdown, up 20-0 over the home team, Century Diamondbacks. Of course, that run was a long 53-yarder by who else, Sean? Titan Larson. Having a great game tonight.
Yeah, Titan Larson's been all over the field and broke one out there. Nice job. Onside kick.
Onside kick. Century barely recovers. Looks like they recovered. So nice heads-up play there by Century's kickoff return team. So Century will take over with some good field position to start, Sean.
Whoa, heads up. I like the call by Hillcrest going for that little pooch kick because Century was really surprised. Nice job for him to come up with it, but could have been disastrous.
So Century will start at the 36-yard line. 9:45 to play in the second quarter of Week 1 action here in Southeast Idaho. Gate City Game Night. Hillcrest Knights, Century Diamondbacks. It's great to have you with us. Deegan Crabtree takes the snap, hands it off. A little bit of running room, but great tackle eventually by Hillcrest. Century gets the short gain.
And we had a little cloud cover, and it's kind of subsided, and the sun's come out a little bit here. So maybe the sun will start shining a little bit on the Century offense.
Yeah, it's really, we talked about this at the beginning of the game. It was windy, but beautiful surroundings here. Wind kind of calming down here, sun coming out. I like the positive vibes here for Century's offense. And Hillcrest defense has an answer for that, no doubt. Century looking for the call from the sideline. They were missing a man, so now 11 on the field.
Deshaun Clark coming in there late.
And after some confusion, Century's going to call a timeout. And we'll take a timeout as well. You're watching Gate City Game Night on IdahoSports.com.
Taking the hard path isn't always easy. It takes courage and determination to do hard things. Quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
You decide when. We'll show you how. Learn more at projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
Welcome back to Gate City Game Night on IdahoSports.com. Hillcrest Knights leading the Century Diamondbacks 20-0. Century Diamondbacks on offense at about the 36, 37-yard line. Deegan Crabtree takes the snap. It's a long throw. He's got a man almost open, and that man will come down with it completed. High points the ball with one hand, tips it to the other, and brings it down. That's a completed catch, and that's number 88.
Ashton Jenkins, the player we said to watch for at the start. Kid Rock himself making an appearance with a huge one-handed grab.
Nice throw there by Deegan Crabtree. A very positive play. That's plenty for the first down. About a 40-yard throw there, Sean.
Yeah, just amazing catch right here in front of us.
Crabtree takes the snap. Outside throw. That's going to be too far for intended for number 20, Adrian Gonzalez.
Yeah, nice job. That's, kind of a key to Century is to get it to Ashton Jenkins, and you can tell why they have a lot of upside with him. His ability to catch the ball is pretty crazy.
So Century's going to rotate some guys in, give them a break. Coming off a little little confused or shaken up on the play. So Century will take over. Well, their offense will continue, excuse me, on 1st and 10 on the 36-yard line with 8:09 to play. Deegan Crabtree takes a snap, hands it off, looking for space, and wrapped up by a bevy of tacklers is number 36, Devin Johnson.
Yeah, 32, Lucas Whitty in on the tackle for Hillcrest. And now it's actually 3rd down, Joel. They had that that screen out pass. That was no good, so now it's 3rd and about 8 or 9 here on the 35-yard line.
It's great to have a team on this broadcast. Imagine doing this by yourself. How many mistakes we would all make and without any help. Isn't great to have a community. Great to have Sean here keeping me honest. 3rd and 9. Or 3rd and 8.
Every once in a while I do something right.
Deegan Crabtree takes the snap. Another try to go for a long pass, and that's way too far in front of number 13, Jake Rawlings. That's going to bring up 4th and long. And the punting team. And the punter, Sean, is 16, Daniel McGee. Tell us a little about Mr. McGee.
Well, he's, this is his junior year. He also plays tennis. He golfs. He's a starting player on the soccer team. So he's doing 3 sports right now, football, golf, and soccer. And then he plays a little tennis. He's coming 2nd in singles and 4th in 2 years as a tennis player. So he is quite an athlete here at Century.
And, of course, that Century soccer team had a strong year last year, looking to do the same this year. I was there for that matchup against Pocatello. We were both there, Sean. You were there watching Century. I was there watching some family friends for the Pocatello team. Really, really great matchup, but eventually Century prevailed and punched their ticket to state. Of course, this was the varsity soccer team that Daniel McGee plays on.
Yeah, and soccer's going, golf is going, volleyball started, cross country, big volleyball tournament here in Pocatello, the Peg Peterson, bunch of teams from across the state come and compete. Fall sports are in full swing, Joel.
Yeah, it's super excited to be here. Just in this high school atmosphere, lots of things going on. It's the first week of school, week 1 for sports. A lot of these teams have already played for at least 1 week, and this is their 2nd game. Volleyball, golf, even some swimming, Sean.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about swimming.
Swimmer in high school, so I appreciate a little swimming news every once in a while.
A little movement on the line.
There on that right side, but fall is a great time to be a sports fan. Great time to be in the community, associating with friends and colleagues, enjoying a little outside time with these athletes and watching them do something they love and being with each other. Always really strong. Of course, we missed a lot of this during those COVID years. It's great to be together and strengthen one another. So 4th and long, that punt had to.
This punt may happen this
quarter. May happen after that penalty. Looks like they waved the penalty off. So here goes McGee. Try to get that punt off to force a long offensive drive. And they do call a fair catch. And they'll start there on the 16, almost 15-yard line.
Yeah, it was kind of Century did they take a timeout there? They came out, took a timeout, then looked like maybe they're going to go for it, and then ended up punting. So, anyways, that being said, Hillcrest is going to take the field offense again here in the 2nd quarter. 6:46 left to go.
And Hillcrest, really in their week 1, you never know what you might get in a week 1 game, their first game of the season. But Hillcrest looking really, really good tonight, doing it in the air and on the ground, getting a lot of positive yards and big gains, Sean.
Yeah, they've had some big plays as the lights go on.
Low snap, still gets it hand off. Nice stiff arm there by 24. Titan Larson continuing to do work for the Hillcrest Knights offense.
Titan Larson's a difficult man to bring down, and Yeah, everyone kind of penciled him as a player to watch for Hillcrest, and he's been all of that.
Another play to the right side for short gain. Again, Larson carrying the majority of these runs and doing a great job carrying this offense. The lion's share of the reps, they say. Takes the snap. Far throw, and he's met immediately by a number of Century tacklers. They finally bring him down, but it was a completed short pass, a gain of about 3, and then it'll bring up third and 6.
A pretty generous spot there, I thought, but forward progress, I think it's good.
You know, it's where the ball was, Sean, when, you know.
I mean, after everyone moved, it looked much better than initially I thought, so nice job there.
5:28 to play in the second quarter. Game 1 matchup. QB sneak up the middle and brought down. Nice tackle there by Century's Caden Scott. So Caden Scott having a nice game tonight, Sean.
Yeah, nice job. And it's going to be short there. About 2 yards, so 4th and 2, and I think Hillcrest is going to go for it.
4th and 2, Hillcrest seeing if they can get enough for the first down. They hand it off, using those blockers, and they got him. Outside, easily gets that first down. Nice run there by 31, Trayson Keller.
Nice open field tackle by Adrian Gonzalez of Century, number 20.
May have saved a touchdown there.
Yeah, if he doesn't hold on to that tackle, there was no one behind him.
Good enough for the first down. 1st and 10, 4:22 to play, second quarter. 20-0 Hillcrest. Up the middle goes number 31. And eventually brought down by Century. That was Trayson Keller on the run.
They kind of have like thunder and thunder, right? I mean, Trayson Keller and Titan Larson. It's not like thunder and lightning. It's like thunder and thunder, like two just big running backs.
And you know they Century meets usually at the first tackle, but both running backs continue to knock over that first man or make that first man miss and get into that secondary, forcing corners and safeties to make those tackles. Century comes in hot on the blitz, and that falls incomplete. Great pressure there from number 25, Ben Clifford. We saw him coming from a mile away, Sean.
Yeah, a good read on the play there by Century, able to get the pressure on the quarterback. Almost got the pass off, just a little low, but you know he didn't really lob it. Could have been intercepted if he jumped. I think it wasn't very high.
Yeah, Ben Clifford knocked that down. That's going to bring up 2nd and 10. Long throw there, opposite side of the field. That's completed. And he is tackled before the touchdown. Great throw, great catch at the 1-yard line. So an opposite field throw, Sean. Always super hard.
Yeah, behind the shoulder there. Good adjustment by the receiver to bring it in. Had the defender beat just by inches and threaded the needle. And if you notice, closest here, Isaac Davis is lined up as the receiver here, probably going to that far goal post.
So Isaac Davis, of course, went out earlier, but back in. We'll see if they go to him this time. Isaac Davis in motion, but there's some movement on the line. That's going to be false start Hillcrest, and they'll back up 5 yards. You know, this is the third drive where Hillcrest is kind of down at the 1-yard line, and they have to punch it in. Always interesting to see what teams call on the 1-yard line. Whether they want to go right up the middle on the run or those fade routes.
Yeah,
in the back of the end zone.
They bring in their more traditional package here.
Takes the snap, rolls to his right. Little bootleg, sees his man, and that's, diving catch. Is he in? Incomplete. They don't give it to him. Outside. Tough call there, Sean.
Yeah, it was tough. Unfortunately, that's the one bit of the end zone we can't get with the camera, so I apologize for that. But
well, I'll tell you, it was close. It was a completed catch. Looked like he may have been in, but referees they call it out of bounds, but they're consulting, which I love.
We got a flag on the field as well.
Always appreciate a good meeting.
He'd be the only one, Joel.
If the meeting is moving things along positively. Of course, we appreciate our umpires, referees coming out and supporting these kids. We'll see what the call is on the flag. Unsportsmanlike conduct. That's going to be against the Hillcrest Knights, so maybe a little talking afterwards, Sean.
And really, if you said with the game ended right here and you went back and what were the negatives for Hillcrest? They've had quite a few penalties, personal fouls and some pass interference, and really, I mean, they've kind of racked up the yardage on the penalties, but fortunately they've been able to score.
Yeah, they've been able to score no problem, like you see down there on the scoreboard. 20-0, Hillcrest leading Century with 2:24 to go in this opening half. We'll see what Hillcrest dials up. It's 2nd and 20.
That brings the ball all the way out to the 20-yard line.
Of course, they were at the 1-yard line, half-yard line before these penalties. First it was a false start, and now a 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. So Hillcrest coming out in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers, 2 on the right, 1 on the left. Running back to his left hip, low snap. Throws, it's going to be short. It's going to be a little screen throw. Plenty of room to run in the middle, but he's tackled well short of the touchdown, bringing up 3rd and about 10. So a 10-yard gain there for Hillcrest.
Yeah, 17, Jace Judy on the catch there. And you can just see Hillcrest they have a ton of options offensively to go to, really mixing it up well.
A lot of weapons on the ground and the air, and that's going to be offsides encroachment on the defense. Trying to read the offensive play call, and comes in a little too hot there. That was 25, Ben Clifford. But Ben had that earlier, had that nice defensive play. So we got to like that aggressiveness from Ben Clifford.
Yeah, the flow of the game is kind of went away here in the last 3 or 4 minutes of the half.
1:38 to play. 3rd and 5, 3rd and goal essentially for Hillcrest. Takes the snap, rolls to his right, bootleg, throws it, and that's going to be incomplete. Great defensive stand there by Century. That was number 20 on the pass breakup, Adrian Gonzalez. Falls incomplete. It's 4th and 5.
Oh, we've got a flag down, Joel.
Oh, looks like they called pass interference, so got there a little too early.
Yep.
Pass interference on Century. And that's going to bring 1st and goal for Hillcrest with 1:25 to play in the 2nd quarter. Of course, at halftime, we hope you'll stay with us. We'll have our Next Steps Idaho halftime show. Discuss all the action of this 1st quarter, mostly been Hillcrest. Quarterback under center. Takes the snap, pitches to the left side. 24 is in for 6. Nice play there by Hillcrest before the end of the half.
Titan Larson. Is that 2 touchdowns for Titan Larson now?
That is 3.
Does he have 3?
I believe that 1st quarter touchdown, that 1-yard run was Titan Larson as well. but we'll go back and make sure we're correct on that one.
You know, Hillcrest has so many people touching the ball. It's going to make them dangerous as the year goes on.
And the extra point is good for Hillcrest. Bringing the score to 26-0. Hillcrest over Century with just about 1:20 to play in this opening half of action. Sean, what does Century need to do here to get a little bit of momentum, to get some confidence going into halftime?
Well, you know, you got about a minute left. I think you try to run a few plays just to get something positive going, but I you know, depending on when the kickoff goes, I don't think you want to do anything too crazy and have something disastrous go off in your side of the field before halftime. But, you know, if they can get some positive stuff going, you know, just kind of run a few more plays, see if they can get the run going, might be headed in the right direction before halftime.
In this first half of action, Hillcrest defense has had an answer for just about everything Century has tried to do, except for some of those long plays, especially on those out routes. Century's receivers, tight ends have had space, but a lot of times those throws have been too far from Deegan Crabtree. So I like getting some passes off. I think the run play has been, the run game for Century has mostly been stopped. But it would be nice to get a few more balls up in the air, open up some space for that run game. So Century's offense will take over. 1:19 to play, 27-0. Hillcrest leading the Diamondbacks. Century coming out a bit of that hurry up offense. Two receivers to the left, running back to his hip. Gets a man in motion, a handoff up the middle, and gets tackled after, looks like just about 1 yard, just about a 1 yard gain. Clock continues to run, 1:08 to play. 2nd and 9.
Ethan Wilson on the carry. Yeah, probably, you know, you don't want to give Hillcrest another opportunity. I think that's get out of the half here.
I like that play call. Probably keeping the ball on the ground. Another handoff for sure. And that's going to be a couple yards. But Hillcrest coach calls a timeout. So coach wants to keep as much time on the clock as possible. And we'll take this time to recognize our sponsor, Primetime Auctions. Primetime Auctions is a proud supporter of local high school athletics and wants to wish everyone a fun and safe season. Primetime Auctions is the best place to bid online for anything you can think of: vehicles, equipment, estate, antiques, and even real estate. Primetime Auctions. So Hillcrest coaching staff wanted to play this game honestly, Sean. They see that Century's trying to run the clock out, and they call a timeout. They want to see if they get this ball back. In week one, you want to be prepped for any kind of games you might have in the future. And so it might seem maybe by a lay fan petty to call a timeout with 36 seconds to play when you're up 27-0. But I get the preparation that the coach is trying to pursue.
Yeah, and I think Century has burned all their timeouts, so I think, you know, Hillcrest has them, why not use them?
Yep. Can't take them with you,
Nope.
right? Dean Crabtree in the shotgun. Throw is up, and that's going to fall incomplete, out of bounds. The clock stops with 28 seconds to play in the second quarter. Hillcrest's first game of the season. Century played last week against a very good Sugar Salem team. Sugar Salem, of course, coming away victorious in that game. Sugar Salem was playing today against, I believe, a team from Utah? Or
Yeah,
did they play the California team today, Sean, in the
Oh, man.
Rocky Mountain Rumble?
It would have to. That's great. Lead into halftime. We'll check the Friday Night Flash. Get you scores around East Idaho at halftime.
And a little kind of a crazy punt return play, but no punt or no punt return is made. Potentially some incidental contact there.
Yeah, a lot of blocking, but no one picking up the ball.
But no return, so Hillcrest offense will take over at the 43-yard line. Might come out and just kneel this to avoid any injuries and easy points for Century. And at the half, we will roll some commercials, and then we'll be back for the Next Steps Idaho halftime show. Great sponsor of Idaho Sports. We'll bring you hopefully scores from other games and some of the recap from the first quarter. Quarterback takes a snap, and it's going to be a keeper. Spin moving his way to about a 9-yard gain, and that's going to be... No, that's not going to take us to the half. So Hillcrest calls one more timeout. Can't take him with you. Call one more timeout to get some more reps and see if maybe they can punch one in, Sean?
Yeah, 8 seconds, pretty much last play of the game. But you know what we haven't really talked about is the Hillcrest offensive line, right? They've been phenomenal tonight, either in pass protection or getting a good push up front to give the running back some room, some lanes, some alleys. I've been pretty impressed with the offensive line, and that was one kind of note coming in from some coaches is they have an experienced line defensively and offensively, and I think that showed up big time tonight.
Every run has been, they've been able to get basically to the linebackers, right? The offensive line opening up big holes on the line, and linebackers, if not the secondary. Of course, Hillcrest has routed off some big run plays in the first half. 8 seconds to go in this opening half. Takes a snap. It's going to be a long opposite field throw, and that's brought down, and it's marked complete. But that's going to be the end of the half, so it's a completed pass. But end of the half, and we will go to break. 27-0 Hillcrest Knights lead the Century Diamondbacks. Oh,
did they get the time off? Oh, yep, they're going to put
They're going to put 2 more seconds on the time.
They're going to put 2 seconds back up. The Hillcrest Knights ran out and got that timeout, so they got the timeout. They're going to put, I think, 2 seconds on the clock here.
So a long throw, about a 30-yard throw. Ball is at the 24-yard line. 2 seconds to go, 1st and 10. And looks like Hillcrest is bringing out the field goal kicking team, Sean. See if they can get some 3 points before the half. So Hillcrest not wasting any time in getting plays off, getting reps in, getting their kicking team in, using that kind of this time for like kind of a 2-minute drill, Sean. Holder waits for the call, and that's going to be, oh, it's caught by Century. It's a missed field goal, and Century runs it, gets pushed out of bounds, and that will end the half off a missed field goal caught by Century. Century gets about 15, 20 yards off the missed field goal. So end of second quarter, 27-0. The visiting team leading the home team. Hillcrest Knights leading the Century Diamondbacks. We'll be back after this break for the Next Steps Idaho halftime show. You're watching Gate City Game Night on IdahoSports.com.
Make make the memories of this game last a lifetime. By downloading the digital game file of this contest, you can have your own personal copy of this game forever. These make great gifts for the student athletes involved. Just click the Order Now button for more details.
An Idaho-based credit union is leading the way in community initiatives and charitable partnerships. Recognizing a need for change, Lookout Credit Union underwent a major transformation to put its employees and their community first. Through 2 strong initiatives, Lookout Credit Union is ensuring a brighter future for its community. To find out more, visit www.lookoutcu.com.
Dear Exit Strategy, all your pieces are in place. Thanks for being there when I need you most. Always Toyota SUVs. Toyota. Let's go places.
Taking the hard path isn't always easy. It takes courage and determination to do hard things. Quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
You decide when. We'll show you how. Learn more at projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
Always entertaining and occasionally controversial, the East Idaho Prepcast covers every inch of District 5 and District 6 activities in Idaho.
Just think about this. The Highland Ram cheerleaders won their 14th 5A title in the past 15 seasons. And then they went on to win the national competition in California.
Hosted by Sean Kane, the East Idaho Prepcast features the biggest stories happening in your area. Just go to IdahoSports.com and click Prepcasts in the menu to get caught up on what you've been missing. Or check out each week's episode on the IdahoSports.com YouTube channel, Facebook page, or wherever you download podcasts.
Welcome to What If Idaho, the home of 1,000 paths for those that embrace possibility. There's no better place to be if you're looking for that next career, or just exploring. Life is a wide open door, no matter your age. Here at Next Steps Idaho, you can research careers and training options that work for you, and start a dashboard to keep your plans moving forward, so you can route your path from what if to what is at nextsteps.idaho.gov.
Our army of IdahoSports.com action photographers are covering games all over the state. And now we've revamped our galleries to make it even easier to find and order your favorite action shots. Just go to IdahoSports.com and click the Action Photos link in the menu.
Later.
Pizza's here. Girl, thank you.
Hello?
I was in an accident.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I had my seatbelt on.
We're Valley-wide country store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Dear Detour, you asked us to measure up. So yeah, we did. When life slings you mud, sling it right back. Stay strong. Toyota Trucks.
Toyota. Let's go places.
At all our local Teton dealerships, we're committed to our no problem philosophy.
No problem means we'll find it, not we don't have it.
No problem means the same fair prices that we've always offered on our new vehicles.
Because when you shop with us, it's always no problem to buy and service your vehicles.
Welcome back to Gate City Game Night on IdahoSports.com. Welcome to the Next Steps Idaho halftime show. Thinking about what's next for your career or education? Next Steps Idaho can help bring you closer to the life you want to lead. And of course, I am Joel Richardson, joined by the East Idaho expert and Century Zone Sean Kane. We are at halftime 27-0, the visiting team leading the home team. Hillcrest Knights leading the Century Diamondbacks 27-0. How did we get here? Off of some big plays, but ironically, some short touchdowns, Sean. The opening drive by Hillcrest at 6:51 to play, punched in a 1-yard touchdown run by who else? The running back, Titan Larson. And then in the second, and no more touchdowns after that until the second quarter. Early in the second quarter, a nice throw from Hillcrest's Peyton King to Isaac Davis, number 0, the kind of newer football player for Hillcrest, also the BYU basketball commit, gets a 1-yard touchdown throw from Peyton King, bringing the score to 14-0. Later in the second quarter, with about 9:47 to play, a long run by Titan Larson, one of the more impressive runs of the half, making it 20-0. Of course, that was a missed extra point. And then, with about 1:10 to play in the second quarter, in the first half, another short run play after a nice gain, or after a nice drive by the Hillcrest offense. Of course, who was it? Titan Larson on the 1-yard touchdown play. And that was 3 touchdowns for Titan Larson, Sean.
Well, you know, sometimes it's a hard job coming up with the player of a game, but it might be kind of easy for us to come up with one at the end of this. I don't know, though. There's a lot of game left, and there could be someone out, but Titan Larson is by far shining as maybe the player of the game. And you know, just kind of a story, you know, Hillcrest able to get the ball moving on offense, being able to throw and pass it. And Century, the defense kind of stepped up late in that first quarter, able to kind of hold. The second quarter, the defense couldn't quite stop, but you know, the issue right now is the Century offense has to find a way to move the ball, and just, I think, mostly just get the ball out of Hillcrest's hands, because pretty much every time Hillcrest has touched the ball, they've been able to score. So if the Century offense could hold the ball for a little longer, put some points on the board, and give their defense a little bit of a rest, it might speak volumes going into the second half.
And like you said, in that first quarter, Century defense, they were showing some teeth and were able to hold the Hillcrest Knights. That's why, again, there were no scores. Of course, Hillcrest Knights defense also playing really well and keeping the Century Diamondbacks out of the end zone. But some positive plays for Century. Had that nice long throw to Kid Rock himself,
Ashton Jenkins.
Great throw from Deegan Crabtree on that long. So they've had some positive plays on the ground. Not so much great defense by Hillcrest to keep Century not just out of the end zone, but minimal first downs and minimal yards gained.
Yeah, just the scattering report, you know, came in. Hillcrest has a very experienced defensive offensive line, and I think that's what shined bright. The defensive line is, you know, getting all kinds of penetration and making it rough for Century to run or throw the ball, and the offensive line has been able to just to, you know, kind of spread the water like Moses, right, and making some holes.
Great metaphor.
For the Hillcrest runners. But, you know, really Hillcrest is just so multifaceted. They're, you know, usually the Knight is fighting the three-headed dragon, right? But Hillcrest is the three-headed dragon. You know, they have so many different options on offense that it's been hard to kind of gear down on, you know, where do you stop? Where do you overload? I mean,
they can just go either way. So Hillcrest doing a really nice job offensively.
And you mentioned that three-headed dragon. Century Diamondbacks, could turn into that three-headed dragon someday. Of course, they've been in a rebuilding phase for a long time. But, Sean, you mentioned while their varsity team is struggling tonight, they're down 27-0 to the Hillcrest Knights. How is that freshman team doing so far?
The freshman team for Century's off to a 2-0 start, and we don't talk about freshman football too much on the show, but just kind of showing the growth of the program, and hopefully those guys will turn, and second year for Coach Ryan Fleshman, not his second year coaching, just his second year of his second term at Century, right? He's kind of running for presidency, I think, and he'll like that reference as he teaches AP government. But it's, when you start a program over, and I'm sure he wouldn't like the rebuild, maybe just kind of more of a learning. Yeah, guys get the system, and they're kind of more of a learning process. I'm not a big fan of the rebuild, but, learning process. But they'll get there, and, it's just, tough conference here. You have Century, Preston, and Pocatello, always solid in almost every athletic event. So, you're gonna learn by the fire here in East Idaho.
Yeah, in East Idaho. Speaking of East Idaho, we have some games to catch you up on. Of course, the Rocky Mountain Rumble going on this weekend tonight, earlier today, tonight, and tomorrow. I know there's at least one game that is in lightning delay. We had some weather here earlier, but looking at this sky just behind you, Sean, it's beautiful tonight here in Pocatello. But catch us up on some of the action that's going on tonight.
Yeah, so scores for East Idaho. You have Rigby taking on Lehigh High School of Utah, and Lehigh is up 7-0 in the first quarter, and that one's under lightning delay, and that's what we have going on at the 5A. 4A East Idaho action, you have Skyline of Idaho Falls took down Layton High School of Utah 27-20 at Madison High School, so nice job by Skyline Grizzlies. And a game I find pretty interesting, and we talked about it on the podcast, was Blackfoot versus Emmett, and everyone thought Blackfoot was lost so many people, but right now they are up 17-7 first quarter action versus Emmett, up in Emmett. And that's pretty much it. I was seeing if we had a Pocatello Thunder update, and we don't yet. Looks like they have a little later start time. 3A, Marsh Valley lost. Marsh Valley was playing Richmond High School of Canada.
Okay, that's the Canadian
team.
The
Canadian
that came down
team
across the border. All right.
And Marsh Valley lost 14-42 up at Madison at 11 o'clock start time today. So IdahoSports.com has had football, high school football on all day. So if you had a chance to catch it, you had all day coverage. And I was just gonna see. Ryrie and Soda Springs are in the second quarter. Ryrie up 8-0. And then, the game I dubbed as my game of the week, or a game I was really interested in, is Westside Firth, which has been a traditional first-round matchup, and Westside is up 32-0 in the second quarter against Firth. Kind of surprising, but Firth did lose a lot of players, and Westside had younger players, but still really good, all brothers of other brothers of team players, and Westside is a strong opponent there. So a lot of good games going on in East Idaho.
Wonderful. And, of course, you talk about Westside, always strong, right? That defense and that run game is just always strong. And here comes Century Diamondbacks. And we'll cut here. We'll cut to break. We'll be right back for the second half of action here on Gate City Game Night on IdahoSports.com. Thanks for watching the Next Steps Idaho Halftime Show. Thinking about what's next for your career or education? Next Steps Idaho can help bring you closer to the life you want to lead. We'll be right back. You're watching Gate City Game Night on IdahoSports.com.
An Idaho-based credit union is leading the way in community initiatives and charitable partnerships. Recognizing a need for change, Lookout Credit Union underwent a major transformation to put its employees and their community first. Through two strong initiatives, Lookout Credit Union is ensuring a brighter future for its community. To find out more, visit www.lookoutcu.com.
All right, I put this on one check. Is that okay? Draw?
That was fast and secure. It's Mobile Wallet from Lookout Credit Union.
I'm Connor from Idaho Falls. In high school, I started having trouble with my muscles. Playing football, kids half my size were pushing me around. My mom and I spent months traveling the country looking for answers. We finally got one right here at Ermac. I have a rare disease that causes my cells to lose energy. After 2 years of using a wheelchair, the therapists at Ermac taught me how to walk again. Now I can do the things that I enjoy and live the life I want. That's why I say, take me to Ermac.
Taking the hard path isn't always easy. It takes courage and determination to do hard things. Quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
You decide when. We'll show you how. Learn more at projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
Always entertaining and occasionally controversial, the East Idaho Prepcast covers every inch of District 5 and District 6 activities in Idaho.
Just think about this. The Highland Ram cheerleaders won their 14th 5A title in the past 15 seasons. And then they went on to win the national competition in California.
Hosted by Sean Kane, the East Idaho Prepcast features the biggest stories happening in your area. Just go to IdahoSports.com and click Prepcasts in the menu to get caught up on what you've been missing. Or check out each week's episode on the IdahoSports.com YouTube channel, Facebook page, or wherever you download podcasts.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Gate City Game Night on IdahoSports.com. I'm Sean Kane. I'm here in the broadcast booth with always my good friend Joel Richardson. We're here at Century High School, second half action. Hillcrest up 27-0. A pretty dominant offensive performance by Hillcrest. Hillcrest kicking off to Century. Hillcrest in the white, red numbers, black helmet. Century in a very multifaceted color. You've got a purple jersey, gold numbers, and black and white pants. So here we go, third quarter action. Hillcrest of Idaho Falls comes down to Century and Pocatello. Kickoff, Austin Jenkins, the receiver, taking it up to the 25-yard line. And I tell you what, Austin Jenkins has kind of been the offensive player for Century.
Yeah, definitely. We talked about those great receptions by Jenkins in that first half and receives that kickoff return. So getting some production from Mr. Jenkins. Good stuff tonight.
So Century will take over on the 23-yard line, first down, looking to get some offensive going here. Deacon Crabtree in the shotgun. The running back will kind of do-si-do around him. It's going to be a handoff. Up to about the 30-yard line.
And I like that,
29-yard line.
I like that misdirection that Century had. Kind of pretended to hand off right, but he handed off to the other guy on the left side, and he took it in the middle and had some nice space there for a nice positive gain.
Yeah, they've had a lot of motion on offense Century has. So Deacon Crabtree back again in the shotgun. He's been back there all night. 11 to go here in second quarter. Pass out to the flat. Looks like to Jake Rawlings, maybe to the line of scrimmage.
It's been that kind of night for Century's offense. Really struggle on those short plays to get anything beyond 1 or 2 yards.
Looks like they're going to give him 1, so. Ball on the 30, or excuse me, the 27-yard line, second or 3rd and 5 for Century. 10:30 left to go here in the third quarter of action. 3 wide receivers, the closest to the screen. The short pass is almost intercepted by number 19 of Hillcrest, James Bartell, and I believe he almost had one earlier.
He did, and James Bartell was watching. He was watching the quarterback's eyes and almost jumped that one. He did jump the route, almost got that pick. Great play by James Bartell, almost came down with it.
He's going to, when they go back and look at the film, he's going to be hitting himself on the head. He had 2 right in the bread basket. There we go. No problems with it that time. So Century 4th and 5 here on the 27 is going to punt. 10:16 to go in the third quarter. Late man coming in. Kind of a high punt. Dan McGee to punt. It's going to go about the 40. Hillcrest is going to pick it up. Nice move up the middle. Omir Brown on the run there, number 15 of Hillcrest. So Hillcrest is going to take over on about the 40-yard line, 39-yard line.
Yeah, 38 and a half, 39.
First down, they're inside Century territory. 10:07 left to go, so Century just not able to get anything going on offense. So Knights back out there. Pass caught by number 6, Sheldon Nelson. Breaks the tackle, gets down the sideline. Tackled out of bounds by Adrian Gonzalez of Century.
Really nice route running there by Sheldon Nelson. Just about 3-step and kind of a button hook. Turns.
So first down from the 35. Run.
And again, Highland getting second level very frequently on these runs, if not all the time. Just really strong running. It all starts with the big guys up front, the unsung heroes of football, the offensive line.
And I'm sure Highland would love that, but it's Hillcrest.
Hillcrest, right. Oh, did I say that again?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. I apologize, Hillcrest. Highland,
Pass.
you should be proud.
Caught. Touchdown. So Peyton King got a 30-yard touchdown pass. Did you see who grabbed that one, Joel?
Yeah, I think it was Cole Pinniger, number 11. Cole Pinniger coming down with that, the senior wide receiver.
Yeah, everyone's involved. No good on the extra point. So with 9:09 left to go in the third quarter, Hillcrest takes a 33-0 lead. And just a nice slant pass the end zone.
And Hillcrest wasting no time to march up the field and score. A nice throw two-pinnaker from Peyton King. Really, Hillcrest has a lot of weapons, Sean. We've been saying it throughout the night.
Yeah,
but really spreading the ball around and getting everyone involved.
Yeah, they kind of just, get a first down, and then after that initial first down, they go to the end zone. So 9:09 left to go in the third quarter. Hillcrest, the visiting team here at Century, up 33-0. Century's got Ashton Jenkins back deep and Jake Rawlings to receive the kickoff. Nice kick. Ashton Jenkins is, it's in the end zone, and once it's in the end zone, you're going to bring it out to the 20. So Century's going to take over here in offense. Look something to really get, really try to look to get something to going offensively here in the second half. I just really think if they can get anything just kind of positive and keep their defense off the field for a little bit, it's going to be a big help.
I'd like to see maybe another one of those long throws to number 88, our guy tonight.
Yeah, Ashton Jenkins.
Yeah, Ashton Jenkins would be a nice help to this defense. Maybe if they can get some throws it through the middle into open space. Although they've tried that a few times, they've been broken up.
9:07, third quarter, play action. Up the middle, Century. About to the 24-yard, to the 25-yard line.
A nice spot from the judges, but
so
good run.
5-yard gain.
Yeah, positive gain for Century. Again, anything positive can be just a momentum builder for this rebuilding team.
So 2nd and 5 on the 25. 9 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Run. Oh, out to 31. Deacon Stahl of Century. He was also the runner on the last play.
And had a couple nice spin moves there, Sean, to get some extra yards. Nice running.
So they're going to give him a couple. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 3. Just 3 yards short of that 30-yard line on the 27. Big third down for Century. You got to think they need to get this first down.
Yeah, definitely. I'll look for a pass in the middle.
Deacon Crabtree play action over to Austin Jenkins, and he's going to get it. He's going to get the first down a little more. And I mean, you got to get the ball in his hands. And when
definitely.
He's able to make plays.
You want to get the ball in your playmaker's hands, and he's your guy tonight. Keep targeting him.
Austin Jenkins is going to bring it up to the 45-yard line. First down Century. 7:23 to go in the third quarter. Hillcrest on top, 33-0. And that was maybe the best play Century's had tonight. I thought that was done very well.
Yeah, I would say that first down drive, if you will, getting that first down, a couple nice run plays and a nice passing play to the outside. Good stuff from Century's offense.
So first down, Century from the 35. Crabtree, shotgun. He's going to look for the pass. Completion up to the 40. And that's going to be Deshaun Clark.
Deshaun Clark, just a sophomore, Sean. Nice catch.
Nice sophomore. 5-yard gain there,
and he had a man draped on him too. Really good defense, but better catch by Deshaun.
Yeah, and when you kind of get those routes going, it's always a little susceptible to interception, but nice job of Deacon Crabtree to get the ball out and give his receiver an opportunity. So 2nd and 5. 6:13 to go, third quarter action. Little switch up run there. Pitched back. Disastrous. Oh man, I think Century comes up with it, but they had the little switchback, and then Caden Scott was going down, and he pitched it back to Deacon Crabtree. Deacon Crabtree almost lost it. And Century lucky not to lose the ball right there, Joel.
Yeah, that was very, very dangerous. And we've been talking about their playmaker to that 88. Looks like he's shaken up on the play. Hopefully Ashton Jenkins is okay. He's been their lone bright spot on this offense.
Well, after all said and done, and he's walking off the field, it's going to be third and, it was 3rd and 5. Now it's going to be 3rd and about 13. The ball on the 33-yard line. So went from 2nd and 5 to 3rd and 13 here.
Yeah, those pitchbacks are kind of fun to do in the backyard when you're playing with your friends at the park.
And the Nerf ball.
And with the Nerf ball, that's right. But not great in tackle football pads. People draped all over you. Better just to go down with that.
Screen off the offensive lineman's player. The ball never really seemed to go to, I didn't even see a receiver looking for the ball.
Not
Century
sure.
Tried to run a screen, nothing there. That's going to bring up 4th down, and Century's going to punt.
Yeah, tough, especially after that first down drive that they had. Those nice positive run plays and that throw play. And they stall out after that. Basically 2 disastrous plays.
Yeah, I didn't, on the screen, I just didn't quite see a receiver even in the field. So Century's going to punt. 5:50 to go in the third quarter. 33-0. Punts up to about the 40-yard line. It's going to take a bounce. Hillcrest is going to pick it up and run. And go out of bounds around the 40-yard line of Century.
Great read on that play to pick that ball up as it bounced. He kind of pursued it in such a way that it went right into his hands as he ran towards it. So good read there. Didn't see who that was from Hillcrest's punt returner.
Yeah, and Hillcrest has had a couple times where they balled with it, so the special teams coach might be getting a little worried, but ended up being okay. And he went out of bounds at the 46-ish, way farther back than I originally thought. So here we go, 1st down Knights, 1st and 10.
And Hillcrest more positive field position.
Yeah, they've started almost over the 50-yard line almost every time on the offense tonight. Run out wide.
It's interesting to watch what the defense is doing when the offense is just about to call the play. So right there, Century was coming in on a blitz through the middle. And where did Hillcrest go? To the outside right.
King back to pass out to number 24.
Yeah,
no surprise
yeah,
there.
That's our guy.
His jersey was scrunched up a little bit, so I thought it was 21 for a second, but it was definitely Titan Larson. Nice little pass to the running back for a 1st down.
For those who follow Sean and I every week when we're doing these games, you might remember Preston Craney-Sonner last week. I had a hard time knowing who he was in the second half after calling his number almost every time in the first half.
Nice run up the middle. 31. Trayson Keller of Hillcrest for another 1st down, about 15 yards on the run there. Just right up the gut.
Yeah, great run. That offensive line getting so much push. And not just push, but opening holes for these running backs to run all over Century's defense.
Pretty explosive. And it looks like they have Bridger Taylor in at quarterback, number 16 now. Hillcrest Knights do.
Yeah, I think that's great experience for the backups. Get him in, Bridger Taylor. He's quarterback and linebacker for the Hillcrest Knights. He's only, Sean, he's only a junior, so potentially the future of this this team next year.
You feel pretty safe as a quarterback when you have Titan Larson on your right-hand hip there, though, I think.
No doubt.
Bridger's passes tips, intercepted by Century. Nice interception.
Great read there by 35 Luke Lamson, the outside linebacker.
Yeah, Luke Lamson with the interception. It was tipped. And nice job by the Century defense to come up with a turnover here late in the third quarter. 3:18 here in the third quarter. Hillcrest up 33-0.
The score shows 33-0, but Diamondbacks have definitely, their defense has been playing as well as they could be for as much time as they've had on this field, Sean.
Timeout Hillcrest. We'll take it with them. We'll be back to Gate City Game Night after these messages.
At all our local Teton dealerships, we're committed to our no problem philosophy.
No problem means we'll find it, not we don't have it.
No problem means the same fair prices that we've always offered on our new vehicles.
Because when you shop with us, it's always no problem to buy and service your vehicles.
All right, welcome back to Century High School on Gate City Game Night as the Diamondbacks have welcomed in the Hillcrest Knights, and it's kind of been a rude welcoming from Hillcrest as they're ahead 33-0 with 3:18 left to go in this third quarter. But Century kind of sparking some light with Lamson getting an interception, and Century will take over on the 33-yard line, first down. Crabtree motion. They're going to hand off to Caden Scott. And Century's had a lot of motion on offense. It's just kind of gone the wrong way.
Yeah, and hard to, I mean, even with all that motion, the defense of Hillcrest has been just stifling. On the tackle, that was Cam Brueggemann. That was, oh, I had it, Connor Meekum. It was really good defense all night by Hillcrest Knights, even when Century has some kind of breathing room, get a couple nice plays, and followed up by stifling defense from the Hillcrest Knights.
Okay, so 2nd and 12 for Century. Time clicking, 2:31 in the third quarter. Handoff. Just snuffed out by 3 or 4 Hillcrest Knights. Again, Caden Scott with a loss of yardage, so kind of moving backwards here now.
And that was Cam Brueggemann on the tackle again on the help there. Brueggemann having a really nice night. The senior cornerback.
The ball on about the 27-yard line in Century territory. It's 3rd and 15. Crabtree back to pass. He's looking deep, and that's going to bring up a pass interference. Crabtree was looking for receiver Bentley Gunter, and the Knights, like kind of a moving screen, if you will, Joel.
Yeah, Bentley Gunter was going to have some space, but he was screened there, and that's going to be a pass interference. Bentley Gunter has had some nice plays tonight. Shout out to the Gunter family. Strong Southeast Idaho presence throughout the years.
So that's going to give Century a much-needed first down here in the third quarter. 1:39 to play. Hillcrest again still ahead 33-0. That's going to bring the ball up to the 43-yard line. And Century just looking to get on the other side of the field, if anything.
Now across that 50-yard line would be a welcome result of this drive.
Crabtree's going to fake the handoff, go deep. It's going to be short. Jake Rawlings, the intended receiver, and the pass was just short from the beginning. Jake Rawlings had some separation. If Crabtree could have gotten one more loft on that ball.
Yeah, that's why I thought, oh, wow, he is open. Well, you mentioned that separation, but Rawlings hadn't even turned around when that ball hit the defender in the back.
And you know, if it would have been on the other side, the Hillcrest team would have been telling their player to turn around, you know, to get the interception. Second down and 10 from the 43. Dean Crabtree's going to sneak it himself. He's going to get to about the 45, maybe yards short. Bring up a third down with 1:20 here to go in the third quarter. Clock rolling. Century putting together the best drive probably of the night right now.
Yeah, I would agree that holistically, yeah, they don't have, I think their playmaker, oh, he's back in. 88 is back in. Except for some long plays from him, they haven't really had long sustained drives, and this one has been their best tonight. Thanks in part to that pass interference penalty.
Crabtree in the shotgun. Third and 9. Passes up, and it's behind the intended receiver. I think was Austin Jenkins, but number 20, Adrian Gonzalez, comes up with the catch.
Yeah, Jenkins kind of looked behind him like, that ball is going way past me. And there's Adrian Gonzalez to clean it up. Nice catch, diving catch for the first down.
Take it to the 45 of Hillcrest side, or the 46, and yeah, it looked to be going to number 88, Austin Jenkins of Century, and it went behind him, and Adrian Gonzalez is there. Maybe it was to Adrian Gonzalez, it just appeared like that, but no matter what, it's a first down Diamondbacks, and the clock's probably going to run out here. Yeah. So that's going to be the end of the fourth quarter of Gate City game night. IdahoSports.com. Hillcrest is leading 33-0. We'll take a quick break while they switch ends, and we'll be right back.
An Idaho-based credit union is leading the way in community initiatives and charitable partnerships. Recognizing a need for change, Lookout Credit Union underwent a major transformation to put its employees and their community first. Through 2 strong initiatives, Lookout Credit Union is ensuring a brighter future for its community. To find out more, visit www.lookoutcu.com.
Well, is ERMAC really the best hospital for pediatric care? I mean, aren't all ERs the same?
Not all ERs are the same. ERMAC's ER has been delivering high-level clinical care for over 3 decades. As a Level 2 trauma and burn center, ERMAC is well equipped to handle pediatric injury and illness. All ERMAC ER nurses have higher-level pediatric certifications, and that's just not common in all ERs. And this expertise and experience is found only at ERMAC.
And welcome back to Gate City game night. We're here at Century. Hillcrest is atop 33-0 at the start of the fourth quarter. Century on the move. First and 10 at the 46-yard line. Looking to get something going.
Yeah, movement by the center, Sean.
And it may be going in the wrong direction. But Joel pointed out, I don't know if Joel can get it, but Century's got.
We'll see if we can over
there. They moved some benches back here behind the goal post just for the students. So just students, and the pep band I think is over there or somewhere by there. And it's kind of a fun little area for, kind of like state basketball. They have the student sections behind the baskets.
Yeah, always fun. Oh, go ahead,
giving
Sean.
out some free T-shirts. But got a 1st and 15 now for Century. Back on the 50-yard line. Run.
That was 21 Caden Scott.
Caden Scott with the run there.
You know, if there's been something that Hillcrest can work on, it's those penalties. They've hurt. You see the score and you think they haven't hurt them, but those are penalties that you cannot be committing when those games are closer. And Century, on the other hand, has been mostly clean, except for on this drive, which is, as we've said, their best drive of the night, and hurt themselves, making it now second and long. So don't want to get those penalties, especially for Century, when you have such a good drive that they're having, like they're having now.
Deep pass is almost caught by 88 Austin Jenkins. Ashton Jenkins almost able to bring it in. One-handed again. You know, sometimes coaches like you to catch it with two hands, but I'm sure they would take the one-hand grab at this point. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and long, 3rd and 15.
You know, a little surprised that single-man coverage out there. I mean, Austin Jenkins has been the playmaker for Century tonight. Surprised that the safety didn't come over and provide some help. But Century will take it, single coverage. You almost brought that down, Sean.
Yeah, that might have brought down the house if he got that catch. All right, big play here, 3rd and 15. Century looking for a 1st down. Passes there, met immediately with the boomstick. Was a Hillcrest defense, so no catch. It's going to bring up 4th and 15. And Century is going to punt with 10:08 in the 4th quarter. Did you catch who had that hit, Joel?
I mean, I saw who caught it, Bentley Gunter, like you said, but I didn't see who. Oof, that was a big hit.
Yeah, Hillcrest, the huge hit, unable to bring it down.
Bentley looks like he got the wind knocked out of him.
And even if he caught it, it wouldn't have been a 1st down anyways. So here we go. Century's going to punt. 4th and 15. 10:08 left to go in the 4th quarter. High snap. The punt is up. Good punt is caught. A little room to run is number 15, Omer Brown of Hillcrest. And he'll get it. Omer will bring it. Brown will bring it up near the 35-yard line for the Hillcrest Knights to take over an offense. Looks like about the 33-yard line is where the Knights will take over. 1st and 10. Hillcrest up 33-0. 9:52 left to go here in the game. On Gate City Game Night, IdahoSports.com.
In the last drive, they brought out Bridger Taylor, the junior quarterback. We'll see, but he threw that interception off that tipped pass. We'll see who's out now for Hillcrest.
Catch is good for about 12 yards.
And that's Tyson Sweetwood, Sean, for Hillcrest, the sophomore quarterback. So digging deep into their bench after that interception, that tipped interception by the junior quarterback, they're going to Tyson Sweetwood.
Yeah, 37 Tyson Sweetwood now in. Hillcrest probably going to rotate some guys in, get them some action. Play action pass is caught. 8 yards there by...
Is that Carter Holden?
Was it
Number
25?
28?
28 Carter Holden on the reception.
Or Gus Camphouse. You never quite know, Sean.
Oh, we know.
Sometimes those numbers hard to see.
Sweetwood back, pass behind. Intended receiver Gus Camphouse there. Number 25. So probably the starters, I would say, for Hillcrest are probably going to be done for the night with 8:11 left to go in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, best to keep them healthy, get them some extra rest for next week as the schedule continues.
Twice Tyson Sweetwood in the shotgun. Pitch back to number 27, Carter Ruppel.
Yeah, and with a little talk afterwards too.
Yeah, he's
super pumped, but
he's going to get a flag for that.
But that's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct, no doubt. You know, Sean, it was a great play. That quarterback, that timing of the pitch was perfect. He was running full speed, makes that pitch, which can be dangerous, and was it Ruppel receives it. He was also at full speed. Really, really nice option play, but afterwards, unsportsmanlike conduct that'll march them back. And again, if I'm Hillcrest coaching staff, really nice game, but the penalties, got to clean those up as the schedule gets harder. Next week Hillcrest has the Thunder Ridge Titans, who we saw last week, Sean.
Yep, so that's going to bring up 2nd and 10. Nice run by 22, Henry Martin of Hillcrest.
We'll be curious to see how that Thunder Ridge game goes next week for Hillcrest. Of course, Thunder Ridge lost last week to Minico. Minico lost tonight in a very lopsided loss against that Desert Hills Utah team.
Yeah, and Thunder Ridge is taking on crosstown rival Idaho Falls.
Century looking to blitz.
Sweetwood on the run. He's going to pass it. He's just going to throw it away. Heads up play by Tyson Sweetwood.
Yeah, smart play.
Sophomore quarterback.
Ran to his right, got away from the pressure and threw it away. Smart play. Coaches like to see that. Don't try to be fancy or make a big play. Throw it out and live another down.
So 2nd and 10, 6:34 to go. Hillcrest just right over that 45-yard line. They're going to pitch it. And 3 or 4 yards on the gain there. By Connor Meckham?
Yeah, number 13. Connor Meckham.
Connor Meckham with the carry there. They're really going to make me use all this roster, aren't they? So 3rd and 7. 5:52 left to go in the fourth quarter. Passes up and caught. That's going to be first down plus a little more.
That was completed to Carter Holden.
28 Carter Holden. And then we got a flag on the play again.
And Tyson Sweetwood really threaded that needle there, Sean, but a hold call. Marching backwards once again.
Yeah. This is, it's went back and forth right here around the 50-yard line. That's going to take it back to the 49 of Hillcrest.
Great for the folks with the expensive seats, Sean.
So 3rd and 15 for Hillcrest. Quarterback's going to go for it. He's going to get across the 50. Got the 49 of Century side of the field with 4:48 to go, 33-0. So 3rd down. Looking to pass, has a man wide open. And that catch is good.
Yeah, they call it complete.
Good. It was low. He was on the ground. The players are right in front of him. So nice pass and completion.
All this experience for the second, third stringers for Highland is so good. In football, football is violent. It's a tough sport. Injuries happen. The most constant in football is probably injuries. And so good to have this experience for the second, third, fourth stringers. If Hillcrest wants to make big plays, big moves this season and play deep into the playoffs, got to have all their guys ready.
Run up the middle for, looks to be close to a 1st down. And it will be another 1st down, Hillcrest. 3:22 left to go in the 4th quarter. Hillcrest on top, 33-0. The Century Pep Band's done a great job. Don't know if you can hear it coming in through my mic, but they've been playing the whole game, Joel.
Yeah, we will get a little shot of the pep band and the students. Cheerleaders over there also having a good time. Love it.
And, you know, Hillcrest traveled very well. The opposing bench bleachers aren't very big, but it's full of Hillcrest night fans down. The run up the middle, about 5 yards.
On the tackle, that's a couple tackles in a row. That's number 55.
And I think on the run there was Carter Ruppel, 27.
And on the tackle, Ada McCasland. We'll get a shot of this of the visiting crowd there, Sean. Hillcrest fans traveling well.
Not a lot of empty seats. It's a 3rd down here. Rolls out, catch, nice catch. Almost in. Down about the 1-yard line. So Tyson Sweetwood can roll out and throw the ball.
Yeah, sometimes it's easier for a quarterback to be on the move to throw than to sit in the pocket. You get kind of nervous as a quarterback sitting in the pocket, waiting. You hear the footsteps coming, running. So it's not sometimes easier for new quarterbacks to roll out, have some space, and be able to run and then set and throw. Looks like we got a timeout, Hillcrest.
Timeout, Hillcrest. 1:33 left to go. 33-0, Hillcrest ahead. We'll take the timeout with them, and we'll be right back for the finish up Gate City game night.
At all our local Teton dealerships, we're committed to our no problem philosophy.
No problem means we'll find it, not we don't have it.
No problem means the same fair prices that we've always offered on our new vehicles.
Because when you shop with us, it's always no problem to buy and service your vehicles.
Welcome back to Gate City game night. Hillcrest knocking on the door. 1:33 left to go in the 4th quarter. Tyson Sweetwood under center, about on the 2nd-yard line. He's going to give it to number 43. He's going to break out to the left for a touchdown. And that's Ryan Meekum for the touchdown of Hillcrest. About a 2-yard run, Joel.
Yeah, Meekum had a number of plays this drive, Sean. Catches, runs, doing everything right. And I think his brother also. There were 2 Meekums, Connor Meekum and Ryan Meekum. And Ryan Meekum wasn't going to play tonight, Sean. I believe he played in some JV, had some JV game earlier this week. Wasn't going to play. Talked to some of the coaches. Ryan Belknap, shout out to the Belknaps. And, but came out, played, and scored.
Kick is up and good.
So really nice by the Meekum family. And when I said Ryan, I meant Tyler Belknap, one of the assistant coaches for Hillcrest, helped us out identifying some players and making sure we were ready for this game. So shout out to Tyler, a former IdahoSports.com employee, Sean.
Oh, well, we have the inside track. And the inside track is now it's 40-0 Hillcrest, 1:26 left to go in this ball game.
Yeah, Ryan Meekum, the offensive line just had a nice blocking there. Defense couldn't set the edge, and Ryan Meekum, outside run, no problem, touchdown.
Yeah, and just as a reminder, after the game, we'll have the post-game show. We'll come back here, recap what happened, give out that coveted player of the game by the Idaho Transportation Department. So stick around after the last minute 26 of the game. Hillcrest to kick off. It's going to be fielded. A little bit of room. It's Austin Jenkins, the shining star of Century tonight. Man, he can move.
Yeah, great running by Mr. Jenkins. Of course, the tight end. Ashton Jenkins, Sean, he's 6'4", 195. So a nice target to have. And Sean mentioned this earlier, those who joined us late, he attends a tech school here in Pocatello, but because he lives in the boundaries, he wanted to play football and join the Century football team.
He brings that kick return all the way out to the 39. Century's going to take over here. First down from the 39. Run play close to us on the screen. Nice job by number 22 of Century to get out of bounds. Griffin Evosol.
We said this throughout the night for Century. Anything positive can be a boon for their momentum. To get them thinking positively, thinking that they can get these first downs, they can get in the end zone.
Okay, so 2nd and 8 for Century. 1:11 left to go to get out of bounds. Play action out to the flat. Nice little cutback, and he's going. Almost a late hit, and on that catch was,
I believe that was number 60, Carson Reynolds. That doesn't make, because that's the center.
I believe it was 23, Deshaun Clark.
That makes more sense. Good thing we have 4 eyes out here.
Run's going to be sniffed out by Hillcrest. So it was first down. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and a loss of about 2. So 2nd and 12 from the 48-yard line.
We got to talk about that run by Deshaun Clark if we get a second. It was really impressive.
Another handoff. Finding a little room. A lot of sideways, not a lot of front ways for Century, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that Deshaun Clark run 2 times ago, he was going a lot of sideways. Oh, looked like he slipped, or maybe he just did a huge fake on the defender, but defender went flying. Looked like he dropped his knee, but he hadn't, and he was able to keep running.
And that's going to be the end of the game. So the clock will run off. The final here tonight, Hillcrest wins 40-0 over Century. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back with the post-game player of the game. Stick with us on IdahoSports.com, Gate City Game Night.
Yeah, I know a little something about myths. Like the myth that speeding isn't dangerous. Oh, and that myth you can tailgate at a safe distance. Or that you could safely weave in and out of traffic. Don't be fooled by myths. You'll get yourself into a hairy situation. Stay focused on the road. Be a legend like me. Have you heard the one about Charlie over at Pay Lake?
Make the memories of this game last a lifetime. By downloading the digital game file of this contest, you can have your own personal copy of this game forever. These make great gifts for the student athletes involved. Just click the Order Now button for more details.
All right, I put this on one check. Is that okay? Draw?
That was fast and secure. It's Mobile Wallet from Lookout Credit Union.
I'm Connor from Idaho Falls. In high school, I started having trouble with my muscles. Playing football, kids half my size were pushing me around. My mom and I spent months traveling the country looking for answers. We finally got one right here at IRMAC. I have a rare disease that causes my cells to lose energy. After 2 years of using a wheelchair, the therapist at IRMAC taught me how to walk again. Now I can do the things that I enjoy and live the life I want. That's why I say, take me to IRMAC.
Welcome into the post-game show, IdahoSports.com. Gate City game night as Hillcrest defeats Century 40-0 here at Century High School. In the broadcast booth tonight, it's Sean Kane, me, and Joel Richardson. We're going to go over a little recap of what happened and then divvy out that player of the game.
Yeah, a lot of touchdowns tonight by Hillcrest Knights. Hillcrest Week 1 action, opening game. You never quite know what you're going to get for when you're in Week 1. Maybe you got to dust off some of that rust and see what are our guys really made of in this Week 1. Well, Hillcrest, no problem at all, scoring about 6 touchdowns with a field goal, ending up 40-0, blanking Century Diamondbacks. Of course, 3 of those touchdowns were from Titan Larson himself, the junior running back. Also plays some outside linebacker, but Titan Larson making a lot of noise. Got a 1-yard touchdown run in the first quarter, then followed it up in the second quarter with a 53-yard touchdown, which was the most impressive touchdown, I would say, of the night. And then later on, punched in a 1-yard touchdown run with about 1:10 to play in the first half. Larson having a huge game, and that was added on those Larson touchdowns. Davis, the basketball player, Isaac Davis, caught about a 1-yard pass plus end zone yardage, so about 16-yard pass touchdown from the great Peyton King, Hillcrest quarterback. And then there was a 30-yard catch from Pinniger. We didn't expect to call his number, but I was thinking Ryan Meekum. Pinniger, we did call his number quite a bit. He had a great game. That was Taysom Pinniger, caught about a 30-yard touchdown catch. And then there was a field goal followed by that 5-yard run, that touchdown by Ryan Meekum to finish the game off. And that gets us to 40-0 Hillcrest Knights over Century Diamondbacks.
Yeah, just kind of a, sometimes someone tries to sell you a used car and it works really good, right? Like Hillcrest Knights they were really trying to sell that they were this great team, and they came out tonight, and I think they showed it. They showed they had a multifaceted offense. They have a variety of different ways that they can attack you. And then, we've asked Isaac Davis to come play a little receiver, defensive end for us. And, he scored a touchdown, put some pressure on the defense. But, the quarterback for Hillcrest did very well. Peyton King kind of led the team. Didn't play that much in the second half, but led the team running, had some quarterback sneaks. Titan Larson carried most of the wood home for the fire that burned with that 40-0 win. And for Century, like we said, it's a growing learning process. Had some, some bright moments by their wide receiver, Ashton Jenkins, who caught a one-handed grab right in front of us this evening. That was great. And Deacon Crabtree trying to lead it, just really not anything going on the run game. They could go, sideways, but they couldn't go frontwards on the run. They were able to get some pass, but just really not able to get enough first downs to sustain the drive and keep their defense off the field. So, congratulations to Hillcrest with that 40-0 win over Century. And now I think it's time that we look at who we're going to give the player of the game to. And Joel, who are we giving it to?
Well, of course, the player of the game, IdahoSports.com player of the game, presented by the Idaho Transportation Department. Sean, it's got to be Titan Larson, the junior running back.
Yep.
3 touchdowns. One of those touchdowns was a 50-plus yarder, maybe a 53-yard touchdown run. Really impressive young, zigzagging in and out, getting some nice blocks downfield and capitalizing on that. And then he probably had over 100 yards rushing, no problem. Easily over 100 yards rushing. Titan Larson is our IdahoSports.com player of the game.
Yeah, presented by the Idaho Transportation Department. Titan Larson, the stats are going to show up big time, but, what you might not see is he was able to pick up a lot of first downs. He was able to kind of hit the holes. 3rd and 5, 3rd and 7, he was able to get first downs. So really nice job. So what's up next? Up next for Century is they're going to take on the Bonneville Bees. And for Hillcrest, they're going to take on next door neighbor Thunder Ridge next week, which would be a great game. And for me and Joel, our next game is going to be, I believe, Skyline Grizzlies and Highland. And I think that's going to be at Lookout Field next Thursday. So a big matchup there. Highland was playing tonight. So a lot of good games coming up. But again, the score here this evening, Century falls to Hillcrest 40-0. This has been an IdahoSports.com GameStreams production of Gate City Game Night, presented by Lookout Credit Union and Mountain View Event Center. Additional coverage on IdahoSports.com presented by Project Filter, the Idaho Transportation Department of Health and Welfare, Valley-wide Cooperative, Next Steps Idaho, your local Toyota dealers, the Idaho Transportation Department. This broadcast is also made possible by local businesses such as Primetime Auctions. Special thanks to Athletic Director Mark Pixton and everyone here at Century High School for their hospitality and helping us get you this broadcast to you tonight of Gate City Game Night. Again, congratulations again to our IdahoSports.com player of the game, presented by the Idaho Transportation Department. Titan Larson, 3 touchdowns. And for myself and Joel, wish you a great evening and hope everything goes well. So thank you for joining us as Hillcrest defeats Century by 40-0. For me, Sean Kane, and everyone behind the scenes, and my partner, Joel Richards, good night.
This has been a presentation of IdahoSports.com GameStreams. This broadcast is copyrighted to IdahoSports.com.